10.1 Intro to conic sections. When we're working with conic sections, we're working with circles. You can also be working with ellipses, hyperbolas, all of those. So with this section, we are actually going to be finding the midpoint and using the distance formula to find the radius. So we're using the midpoint formula to find the center of a circle, and then we're finding the radius of a circle as well by using the distance formula with your center and one of the original points. So your midpoint formula is the x values of your two original points added together divided by 2, comma, the y values of your two original points added together divided by 2. Once you get that, use your midpoint or your center and one of the original points to put it into your distance formula, which is the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So if we remember, this is this circle here, your entire length of your circle from one side to the other is your diameter. Your radius is half of that. So when you find the center point of that circle, you can use that and one of the original points to find your distance between the center and the outside of the circle. Or you can find the distance between the two outside points and then divide it by 2 to get your radius. It's totally up to you which way you do it. I prefer doing it the way that I first said, where I find the center, use that point and one of the original points to find your radius. So in example 1, we have to find the center and the radius of a circle that has a diameter with endpoints of 312 and 94. So to first find our center, we are going to use the midpoint formula. So that's going to be x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So this is going to give us the 3 plus 9 divided by 2 and the 12 plus 4 divided by 2. The 3 plus 9 is 12 over 2, and then the 12 plus 4 is 16 over 2. So we are going to have 6, comma 8 as that center point. So now we need to find our distance between the center point and one of the original points. So I'm going to use the R-A-D-I-U-S. The 2 points that I'm going to use are the 312 and my center, which is 6, 8. So I'm going to have the square root of x2 minus x1, so 6 minus 3 squared, plus y2 minus y1, so 8 minus 12 squared. The 6 minus 3 is 3. The 8 minus 12 is negative 4. So this is going to give us the square root of 9 plus 16, which is the square root of 25. And that gives us our distance of 5. So our radius is 5, and that center point is 6, 8. For example 2, we're finding the center and the radius of a circle that has a diameter with the endpoints of 2, 6, and 14, 22. So find your midpoint, or find your center first. Use your midpoint formula. So we have x1 plus x2 over 2, so 2 plus 14 over 2, and y1 plus y2 over 2, so 6 plus 22 over 2. If we simplify this, the 2 plus 14 is 16 over 2, and the 6 plus 22 is 28 over 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 28 divided by 2 is 14. So our center point is 8, 14. Now find your radius. I'm going to once again use that 2, 6 and that center point. So 2, 6, and 8, 14 are the two order pairs that I'm using. So we're going to have the square root of 8 minus 2 squared plus 14 minus 6 squared. 8 minus 2 is 6, so that's 6 squared. 14 minus 6 is 8, so it's 8 squared. 6 squared is 36. 8 squared is 64. When we add these, we're taking the square root of 100, which gives us a radius of 20, oh my gosh, 10. For example 3, we have to find the center and the radius of a circle that has a diameter with the endpoints of 6, 18, and 24, 36. So to find our center, we are going to do 6 plus 24 over 2, comma 18 plus 36 over 2. So with this 6 and the 24 give us 30 over 2. And the 18 plus 36 gives us 54 over 2. If we divide both of these numbers by 2, we have the ordered pair 15, comma 27. For our radius, I'm going to use 618 and 1527. So this is going to give me the square root of 15 minus 6 squared plus 27 minus 18 squared. The 15 minus 6 is going to give me the square root of 9 squared. Plus the 27 minus 18 gives me 9 as well. So 9 squared is 81. So it's going to be 81 plus 81. So that's this square root of 162. That 162 is 2 and 81. The 81 is 9 and 9. So this is going to be 9 square root 2 for our radius.